two?
Well, it's actually two related issues. I don't know exactly how to separate them. There's the issue of guaranteed contracts, because what they do is extremely dangerous and the future is not a given. And in the other major sports, there are really only two other major sports on this level in this country: baseball, which is largely a local sport, and basketball. And both of those leagues have guaranteed contracts, long-term guaranteed contracts. And it's related to, of course, player safety. They're playing a game that is dangerous. There will be almost certainly negative and oftentimes severe negative long-term health consequences. So it's not just like lifetime insurance, but they need kind of assurance that if they miss a game because of a concussion, for example, there's not immediate job security issues, because you're supposed to be tougher than that. But that it's all rolled into that one idea of guaranteed contract and how that relates to health safety and long-term, insurance. To me, that's the number one issue that the NFL faces, and that includes from a PR point of view, growth of the league long-term, all that stuff.
Well, I'm certainly not going to refute that, but what I would tell you, the first thing that came to my mind, get rid of Thursday Night Football.
Amen.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you hurt the overall brand by giving us a diluted product. When we watch these guys play on Thursday Night Football, we can't tell the difference, because they're both not as prepared as they would normally be, but some are worse than others. And so as a result, you're thinking, oh, they were prepared, just that team wasn't. No. Neither of them really were. It's just that some are worse than others. And that's really what it comes down to. And when you talk about a sport as violent as professional football, and we talk about issues of recovery, and we're talking ultimately about the health issues that Max Kellerman brought up, something that can greatly contribute to the upliftment of better health, rather, in the National Football League, is making sure that the games are confined to Sundays and Mondays. There does not need to be Thursday Night Football. First of all, the product's atrocious compared to what we see on Sundays and Mondays. Secondly, you're annoying us and robbing us of a good product. You're contaminating our television sets. Last time I checked Scandal, The Black, there's a whole bunch of stuff on Thursday night. We don't need football. We can get away without it. I'm trying to tell you, they need to get rid of Thursday Night Football.
To me, it's about player safety, and I agree with everything you're saying, Stephen, but player safety is something I'm passionate about. So, look, I retired in 1995, and back then, in the dark ages of the NFL, it was a vicious sport. Fast forward 20-plus years, guys are bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, the collisions are more violent. I'm with you. Thursday Night Football is a serious issue. And I'm a firm believer that the human body wasn't built to play on Sunday and then again on Thursday. I can remember going back in time, and you'd come out of a Sunday game, and you would be hurting until Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, you're starting to feel a little bit better. You're at practice. And to think that you've got to get on a plane and travel and play the following day, it's just a silly thought to me. I think the NFL and the Players Association should come to terms on something that dictates you don't play on Thursday unless you had Sunday off.
Now whether I've already addressed this issue, guys. You can look it up on a final take.
Your final take.
That's
that was fire, Max.
That's right. You have to extend the season by 1 week, still 16 games, only coming off a bye. The whole division sits down together, so you have rivalry Thursdays. I fixed this whole issue, guys.
That's right. We've talked about this. We have for a long time. Look, 18-week season, 16 games, maybe 2 byes for each team. I would also take a step forward and say, let's expand the rosters. 53 guys on a roster, 46 dress on Sundays. You get to the second half of a season, that's ridiculous. Add 5 guys to each team. That's 160 new jobs in the NFL. You're going to tell me that NFL owners can't absorb the salaries of 160 different players?
Keep this in mind. This is the same football league, the National Football League, that literally entertained charging somebody to perform for them at halftime of their Super Bowl. When you're generating billions already, that's just gluttony, that's greed to the highest order, and it's a lot of damn nerve. But it's who they are.
Agreed.
It's who they are.
Tom, appreciate you. And if you want the answer to how to fix Final Take, you can still see it on our First Take Facebook and Twitter pages. Max has solved that for
How to fix Final Take?
is that what I said?
That's what you said.
How to fix Thursday Night Football.
I want